Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're going to head to the SEC. We've got a big one. We've got Texas A&M at Florida. This is going to be Chris's best bet, so I'm going to come to you first, Preston. You look at this game, and on the surface, you got both teams coming off a loss, but you got Texas A&M coming off a loss to Alabama, in which they look really good because nobody's been within, 3 miles of Alabama in a game recently, while Florida loses a tight game, but it was to LSU. It was the same team that just lost the week before by 20 as a 20-point favorite to Troy that just had Twitter going, nuts on Saturday night 2 weeks ago. How do you see this one?
My initial reaction, and I actually don't know going into this what Chris is betting, but I think Texas A&M is going to be a popular pick in general. They're coming off a game in which I think Bama didn't even score as many points as they needed to cover the spread. It was only 24-12. So it looks like they kind of hung with Bama some. They'd won a few games before that and looking better with someone. I think you're looking on the flip side. Florida lost a game to an LSU team that lost to Troy at home. So maybe Florida stinks. Remember, they did miss a PAT. It would have tied the game. They would have gone to overtime. Maybe they win the game if they make the extra point. My number's 4, so 2.5 I think is what I saw last. It's a little low, and I think Florida's going to be a really unpopular short home favorite that, if I'm going to end up betting the game, I think it would be the Gators side. Chris,
this is your best bet. To me, on the surface, you've got to worry about the Texas A&M team, coming in here, with the letdown after the big game against Alabama. The only other point that I'm going to throw out there with Texas A&M is this is a team that they've played 7 straight weeks now. They've had no bye so far, and coming off the biggest game of the year, Alabama, to me, sets them up for a flat spot. But I have an idea you're going the other way. What are you looking at?
Well, we're going to go. We won last week with Texas A&M, and we're going to come back with them this week. This is the time of year where our math systems kick in. We're kind of fledging at the beginning of the year, but we let what the mathematics dictate to us what we're going to play, and then we'll look at some of the the side issues that are involved. What I really like is Texas A&M dominated the second half. They didn't just stay close. They beat Alabama up in the second half, and I think that's a great sign. It's a great confidence booster for that team. Florida, they beat LSU, a struggling LSU.
They lost by 1 to them.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. But they, that team, where is that team this year? That's not an accomplishment, much of an accomplishment. Florida doesn't respond well. They're 1-5 against the spread after home losses, whereas Texas A&M, after playing Alabama, they respond well. They're 5-1 after playing Alabama. So there's something that works for them there. I think they're going to dominate on the ground also. I think that they have the better they're going to be – this is the best offense that Florida's faced for a while, and I think they're going to be able to move the ball.
Well, there's not often that we disagree with you, and this is your best bet, but we're going to have one of our lunchtime bets. Brian and I have these quite often. This will be the first one with you. Going to have to call you out and challenge you on this one. I like Florida in this one. I actually like the Florida side a lot here, and I can't disagree with you with the math, but this is one of those ones where the intangibles come into play. And last week, I did like LSU over Florida because it was the situation of everybody was, screaming and ranting and raving because LSU lost to Troy. And you were going to get the best effort of the season, whatever that might be, from LSU, and you got that. They held them in check. We know Florida's not an explosive offense. I agree with that. But their running game has been efficient. And the only team that shut this running game down this year was Michigan, and Michigan has one of the best defenses in the country. I like Florida in this spot here, and it's a go against Texas A&M as much as it is going with Florida. So you are on record with the best bet on Texas A&M, and by the way, as you said right here on video camera last week, you did cash the best bet with Texas A&M. So you're going for 2 in a row there, but we're going to have a little side lunchtime bet. I'll let you know where we're going depending on which one of us.
That sounds good.
Which one of us win for the lunchtime bet, but we'll see what happens there. And guys, hey, if you want a $10 coupon this week, you can get it. Video 10. The coupon is Video 10. Save $10 on any package this week at Wager Talk. That coupon will be live through midnight Sunday night. Check it out at WagerTalk.com. We'll be back with more at Wager Talk.